going to be talking about fashion innovations transforming retail worldwide. And to share some of those insights and those learnings, I'd like to call on stage Praveen Mellacheruvu, Business Group Lead, Business Apps at Microsoft. Praveen, all yours.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me okay? So that's the picture of a perfect retail journey for a customer. I think now we are all done and go back home. So, thank you. So my name is Praveen Mellacheruvu, and I represent Microsoft here. And I represent the business applications portfolio of Microsoft. So providing some of the solutions that you'll see in the retail world. So what you saw again there is what we aspire for, right? It's a perfect customer journey. The customer is completely in tune with the brand and understands what the brand can offer, what can they do in offline, online in the store, and make sure everything is perfect, perfect delivery, everything, right? So that seamless customer journey with everything work in the background, that's what we aspire for. And offline or online, right? So what is that we are looking to drive at the end of the day as the retail industry? So we want to make sure we drive traffic to the stores. We want to make sure there is adequate interaction, either it's online or offline. They spend enough time at the store with dwell time, and finally making sure we convert them. So that's the journey we aspire for every customer. And what I'm trying to do today is maybe pick a couple of topics around what are some of those technologies which are really changing the world today, right, in our retail universe, and maybe talk about a couple of them. We've seen some which have already started. We're going along the journey. We have seen conversational commerce. We've seen a little bit of IoT. We have seen RPA, chatbots and everything, and we have blockchain, which is coming up further down the road. What I want to do today is, given the paucity of time, just pick maybe a few of them to just get the stage set for our conversations later in the afternoon. We'll have a lot of interesting panels, both today and tomorrow, where you'll hear a lot more about some of this. But I just wanted to whet the appetite for the team here to really understand a little bit of a few technologies that I want to talk about here today. And I'll start with a topic which is close to my heart, which is IoT, right? I'll just quickly skip to that. There's been a lot of talk about IoT, what can it do? I personally spent a lot of time working on IoT solutions for retail, particularly focused on in-store inventory visibility. There's, again, still a lot of skepticism on what sort of an impact this would have on retail, right? And it's not going to be easy. It's a solution. The technology exists. Nobody denies that. But the hard part of the journey is taking that technology and really fitting it to your own personal or your own company's needs and making that work for you, right? So that's where IoT becomes a challenge. And retailers across the world, they believe that this is a technology that is going to be an imperative for them, not just from a front-end customer perspective, but more importantly also from a back-end perspective, either tracking their goods or making sure that they keep their employees safe. Whatever it is, the technology is there. It's all about making sure we find a good way to implement that. And again, going back to that solutioning bit, right? So this slide here talks about that, the hardware front end, the different sources of information that we can leverage. It can be RFID tags, which you can put on clothes. It could be just basic CCTV cameras, which you can use to observe customer behavior. It's really picking up from this menu and really identifying what is that you need to solve in your own company, and then trying to fit those pieces together to form the solution. I think that's where the secret sauce lies, and that's where we need to work towards figuring that out. So again, using those plethora of options, right? So in here, there's a whole bunch of things that you can do which can either enhance your customer experience or improve your own company's productivity or keep your employees safe. There are plenty of things that we could look at accomplishing using IoT. And I did talk about inventory visibility, which is one of the largest challenges which retailers face today. And up to maybe 2 to 5% of revenue uplift can be driven just based on inventory visibility. So, there are other examples today which we'll talk about a little bit later as we go through some of the panels in the afternoon. I'm not going to delve too much time on this one. The other two technologies we're going to talk about, the first one of those is AR. So quickly, so how many of you remember this or still play with this? So this was the application which really opened my eyes to the potential of AR. And it led people to do silly things. It really went viral. People really went crazy for this game, Pokemon Go. And retailers, interestingly, they picked up on this as well, and they tried to monetize this whole interest around this game and tried to do different things with it. Now it's getting a little bit more serious, and we see AR being used to help see how would a tattoo look on your body. So there are applications to help you do that. There are applications which will help you envision your entire house and use either furniture or other home goods from various retailers to envision how your house could look like. And then this company House provides interior design services based on that. Or you can look at how a sneaker would look on you. So there's a company which focuses on providing AR experiences which helps you envision yourself in different types of sneakers. What does this mean to retailers at the end of the day, right? So customers, they do prefer having those AR experiences, either it's in-store or online. They do like having those AR experiences, and it's going to be a lot of them. It's really coming in. You see hundreds of millions of customers really looking to use this technology out there. And for retailers, again, what does that mean at the end of the day? It's going to lead to increased conversion at the storefront or online. So the way, again, is to really figure out what are those applications which would really, again, make a difference for your company at the end of the day. We spoke about some of these use cases, right? And it's, again, not only with the customer. Again, when you take your warehouse workers at the back end, again, this is a technology that could be leveraged by them to more quickly do pick and sort in the back end and really make sure that they're able to ensure efficient delivery to customers at the end of the day. So that's an example of what we could do at the back end. So just quickly on the customer experience, right? Just a quick video from our friends at IKEA on how they are using the technology. mean, furniture retail is one of the biggest use cases for AR, especially it's not about just seeing how a furniture or a piece of furniture would look in your house, but really making sure you get the measurements right, you get some of those, that comfort level before you even step into the store, right? So it's very transformative from that perspective. In the interest of time, the last one which I want to talk about is AI. This is something which we used to think, right, 2001 Space Odyssey, HAL computer, this is still so far out there. It's really not. A lot of things have changed over the last few years, particularly, which has really made this a lot more impactful. There are a lot of changes which we have come through to get to this point in day to day. And so what has really changed today is we have this immense capability of computing in the cloud, followed by the immense amount of data that we have today, which we did not have before. So this data would really then help you use some of those algorithms, which you might have even had in the past, right? How do you use some of those, using those huge data sets that we have available today with that compute power. So that is what is really helping bring this technology to the forefront. And again, just like what we saw for some of the other technologies, there are various use cases, right? So you can, for engaging with the customers today, we have virtual chatbots. You don't even have a person on the other side talking to you. It's usually an AI-based persona, which is communicating with you and helping solve your problems. So AI is not something which is standalone or ad hoc. This is going to be something pervasive, which is going to cut across many different elements, right? So it could be even employee productivity, again, operations, right? So how do you really look at either your supply chain footprint or your data behind how your operations run and really try to drive efficiencies based on that? And even how do you think about products, right? Working with your customers, really getting those insights in. It could be either structured data which sits in your databases or unstructured data, which could be images and other things. Really bringing all of that together to create insights which can apply anywhere across your organization. And it's here and it's real today. And to demonstrate that, right, I'm going to use a video which is not for retail, which is a public good video. I just want you to take a look at it.
So I'm here in India, and I'm going to see how Microsoft AI is helping prevent people from going blind.
80% of the people who went blind can be prevented, but we have about one doctor to 70,000 people. You can't bring all of them to the doctor, so we take the technology to them.
So how does Microsoft AI help you in your mission?
The first step is to capture a photograph of the eye, and the AI does an analysis of the photograph without a physical doctor at the site.
So AI can say, okay, this person doesn't have a problem, and this person does.
That's correct.
So that they can get treatment, and you can help prevent blindness.
Exactly, that's the whole point.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Now that's what technology is supposed to do. That can change the world.
That's a very different example for AI, but I really wanted to show this video to highlight the power of AI and what it can bring to not just for retail, right, for any application out there in the world. So I guess I'm running out of time. So if you have any questions, I'm around and a number of my colleagues are around. We'd be happy to answer that for you. Thank you so much.